Hello, my name is Joe and I'll be using the theme of YouTube to help describe digital literacies and identities. In this presentation I will be discussing identity and digital literacies in education settings which use YouTube. Within this I will explain the semiotics and socio-cultural aspects of using YouTube and how it is being used in pedagogic practices in schools. YouTube began in 2006. Within 18 months of its launch, 45 million people had viewed the website, clocking a total of 3,500 years worth of content. Today there are a plethora of YouTube account holders who display their identity socio-co-constructively through these use of styles, comments and visual displays. These visual displays, or visual texts, are a form of new literacy, a type of literacy which over the past 3 decades has been considered as an essential to navigate and evaluate information using multiliteracies, to develop identities and to help communicate socially in a number of contexts. In relation to YouTube, which was banned in my school, has now been integrated into a mass amount of education, including hosting TED Ed channels and YouTube for schools. Even what you are doing now is hosted by YouTube. Helen Zudovan believes that by developing reading and visual literacy could help student readers enhance their reading skills more efficiently. By re-articulating text and building upon images in a student environment could unearth numerous responses to ideas in written texts. Think about it, the first time you learned anything was not through written text, but through other meaningful communications, whether it being visual, audio, or proxemics. As Marty believes, aura and semiotics using objects are upon one of the most strongest roles when developing identities and community. As Niall Lucy describes, we can say that text is what our identities are made out of, what the identity of our identity is made out of, and whatever we understand by the world is made out of text too. Lucy's description then begs a question as to why practices of YouTube were banned within schools, regarding the distraction from work and the difference from the standard school curriculum. I'm not just talking about studying exams, but the building of one's own digital identity. This today has shown importance to build careers by sharing portfolios and experiences. Creating a strong digital presence can benefit greatly in the future. We can see this through social media like LinkedIn. So to establish this digital presence for children, there needs to be an understanding of digital literacies and identities. However, there is some questionable content on YouTube. These being racism, sexism and violence, etc., which means teachers need to apply a new discourse to battle this problem. Teachers using YouTube can monitor and teach critical skills like reading, writing and visual awareness. This can help highlight these texts in a direct way. This will be needed to help identify socially unacceptable texts. This then will be a combination of creating and sharing knowledge from both teacher and student. So if a student wanted to create an account on YouTube, this includes both intrapersonal and interpersonal theories. Let me explain. Interpersonal because some users decide to take this into their own stride. However, once uploaded to YouTube, it becomes interpersonal as viewers can access and discuss. This then becomes a meaningful exchange between the maker and the audience. It's happening right now as you listen to this presentation. Children are watching and learning times tables, college students are researching political theories, and GCSE students are researching for their geography exams, all of which are used as a semiotic research to explain these, often using visual text enhanced by active engagement. Michael Grenfell explains, it is about knowledge. The ways in which people address reading and writing are themselves rooted in conceptions of knowledge, identity and being. It is also embedded in social practices, such as those of a particular job market or a particular educational context, and the effects on learning of that particular literacy will be dependent on those contexts. As I speak to you now, there have been many forms of semiotic resources, such as written texts, imagery, colours, and audio. All of these methods of multimodality are all methods of me delivering information to you, using the literacies of signs and signals, which are universally recognisable. As Terence Hawkes describes semiotics, every speech act includes the transmission of messages through languages of gesture, posture, clothing, hairstyle, perfume, accent, social context, etc. And even when we are not speaking or being spoken to, messages from other languages crowd in upon us. The same goes for many other images, which can be transferred through many different cultures and communities, which are recognised in classrooms all across the world, for example, maps of the world and times tables. So ultimately, I believe that YouTube is a great resource of information, creating the use of images and a multitude of text to help engage with students. Using YouTube could create intrinsic views for children by becoming more interactive and attractive to watch. And thank you for watching.